Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome once again to Changing the Questions.
Welcome.
The show where we take a single question
Just
and
one.
talk about it for a while. My name is Paul Laporte.
We
Joining
expand
me,
upon it like a philosophical adventure.
yes, we wax poetic over
Yes.
this one question. Joining me, as always, my co-host Mike Miner.
Hey.
And the question we will be answering today was a fan submission. Because I'm terrible at this, I don't have the name of the fan. I think it was Danny Messi, but I'm not sure. So if I didn't give you the proper credit, I apologize. You feel free to curse me out. But the question that we are going to be discussing today is, what is more important, a big number of title runs or a long reign of a single title run? Which we're going to kind of discuss as length versus number,
Well,
essentially.
Man, I remember back reading, I don't know, I remember reading one time Hulk Hogan had 5 championship reigns, and I thought, man, that's a lot at that point. It was like, man,
It was back then.
that's a lot, and then you get to today, and holy crap.
Yeah,
John Cena
there's
was-
almost half a dozen people on the roster who have over 10 world title runs.
And you can attribute that to, if I even said attributed right, I can't even speak today. Blah, blah. You can credit that
There you
to,
go. Always choose the simpler word if,
of
if
course,
you screw up
that's-
the more complex one.
as an English major, that's what I
Yes.
learned. If anything,
Best $40,000 you ever spent.
60, let's
sorry.
be clear. I am in debt for life. Much like the NWO, I am in debt for life.
For life.
For- We have devolved, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Stick with us
Okay,
and stand
okay.
by.
So-
So anyway,
so yeah,
as
we
I
have-
was saying, that you can credit that, attribute that to there being 2 world championships, because they pick and choose what they want to do. They don't say, oh, we're going to count this one as this. Oh, he's won the World Heavyweight Championship, but he's never won the WWE Championship. But when you look at the title reigns now, it's like, oh,
They're all combined.
They're
Yeah.
all combined. So it's a little weird thing that
Right.
they do now. And Randy Orton has how many? 13 or something?
12 or 13.
It's just,
Cena
it's
has 15 or
15.
16.
15. And
Triple H has 16.
Triple H has 14.
I thought Triple
think,
H
14.
They all have a
13.
lot.
But that's the thing. It's like, it's hard to keep track of.
Right.
You look very decorated as a wrestler who has won multiple championships, but if those runs are for a day, 2 days, look at there was a championship reign where Randy Orton was given the WWE Championship. Later on, Triple H beats him for that championship. Then there's another match between him and Triple H, Randy Orton and Triple H, and Randy Orton takes the championship back in the match. So you had 2 championship reigns that were less than a day right there. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean?
You have John Cena, who lost the belt to Edge and then won the belt back to Edge 2 weeks later.
Then you got, Roman Reigns, 515.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is a 3-time goddamn champion.
Yeah, and
Already. That's crazy.
but you can look back at the Attitude Era as well and look at I don't want to say they hot potatoed it. I mean, the guys held on to it at least most times a couple of weeks. Look at Mankind. He's a 3-time champion.
Right.
Mick Foley, 3-time champion. And he didn't hold on to them for a significant amount of time, but he did make an impact. He is a champion, and he deserves at least that much. Same thing with Rey Mysterio. He is a former WWE champion, although it was during the whole ordeal where CM Punk was supposedly out, and then, they had a tournament, and Rey Mysterio won the tournament. He's a former WWE champion. That night, he won it. And then John Cena, I want to challenge you for the championship. John Cena came out, beat him for the championship, which to this day still boggles my mind
Right.
why they would ever do that.
So hot potatoing the title is definitely a problem, but the question that we're asking today is, which is more important? The number of title reigns you have or the length of title reigns?
It has to be a happy medium. I can't. It's
No,
very hard to
you
pick.
gotta,
God
you gotta
damn
pick.
it.
You gotta pick.
Anyway,
Is it
length. Length
okay,
is definitely more important
so CM Punk's
because,
best in the world streak is better than Ric Flair 16 times.
well, Ric Flair also had extended title
True.
reigns.
I'm just
So,
saying in general.
so
length
it-
is more important.
when you hold on to it, it lends you credibility as a champion. You hold on to it. Now, it also depends on how you're booked. CM Punk, 434. But what did they do with him?
It's true. He didn't even get to wrestle or main event the WrestleMania that he was the champion.
Precisely. He just... I don't even think... Was he champion?
I don't remember. That time? I thought that there was one that he was denied the main event of. Maybe he was a contender for that.
Was it Rock Cena? I don't...
Yeah.
See, that's how...
Yeah, he was the champ. He was the world champ for the Rock Cena main event, if I remember right. When Rock Cena main evented the show.
Did he go against Jericho?
Ooh.
See, this is
that's
why.
The thing, is we don't even know.
That's exactly why you have a championship match on the end of the card. No.
Okay.
No,
I'll see if we can pull that up.
But anyway,
while we're talking.
This is why you have extended title reigns, because it lends credibility. Do you want a guy in the modern day holding on to it for, I don't know, let's say 2-3 years? Probably not, because fans tend to get a little bit bored. But it's not like they're wrestling at Madison Square Garden once a month or once every few months.
So just a quick aside, while I was trying to search for CM Punk WrestleMania, I accidentally typed in CM Punk wheelchairs in my phone.
Oh, that's...
And there's actually a fair amount of results from this. So maybe we'll just go ahead.
Well, does it involve Gregory Irons?
No Gregory Irons. It's looks like CM Punk beating up Paul Heyman when Heyman was in a wheelchair.
Fantastic.
Then a lot of other things.
Well, is there a random image of Bret Hart getting super kicked by Shawn Michaels in a wheelchair?
No, that is not one of the ones.
Anyway, lengthy title reigns, at least some length of time helps lend credibility not only to the championship but to the wrestler as well. They go hand in hand. The championship doesn't exactly make the wrestler makes the championship, but it helps to hold onto a championship like that to elevate the status of it, and in turn it elevates the performer as well. It makes them look like a guy that can defend himself and make him look like a threat if he ever loses that championship. He won it. He certainly can win it back. Maybe he had an off night. But as far as numbers go, numbers are very deceiving, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what I say about it. Numbers are very deceiving. Like I said, you can have hotshot title reigns, and, oh, look, he's a 6-time champion, and it's all within the span of 2 months. Look at WCW's heavyweight championship. Perfect example of a championship being hot potato, back and forth, back and forth. The last year, it was probably, if I'm not mistaken, the most amount of times it's ever been hotshotted like that, and it's been done more within that year than the entire existence of that championship.
Okay, so I agree with you to a point. I agree that the length is probably more important when it comes to prestige. However, at the end, when all is said and done, people care more about the number.
Oh, of course they do.
Than the
looks
length.
Nice.
Also, consider just
Jerry Lawler. I mean,
it looks. First of all, yeah, it looks. Yeah, Lawler's 23-time. I think
something like that. It's never stated on television.
Yeah. So obviously it's good, but the thing is that it is less. It's probably less prestigious to win the belt 6 times in a year than to hold it that same period of time for a whole year and not be defeated. But the reality of it is that guys just don't have really long unbeaten runs like that anymore. And if they do, it's usually because they're a heel and there's some sort of shenanigans with it. Also, we mentioned all those guys who have 10 or more title reigns, but the thing is that those guys are all going to be fucking first ballot Hall of Famers. Those guys are all had monster careers.
But so, you know what? A lot of those guys also had some lengthy title reigns.
It's true.
So
I mean, that's true. And that is another thing, though. If you have that many title runs to your name, one of them is going to probably at least be of a decent length of time.
Yeah. But so there are some that are padded. They're like padding. Oh, here's the number. It's getting padded.
Right. I mean, there are definitely ones where it feels like they really are just trying to get the number up or trying to get a tie or to beat a record. Okay, fine. But still, I think, when they do your Hall of Fame induction because you've won more than 10 world titles, so you're just shooing for that Hall of Fame.
It's marketing. It's marketable.
They will,
it's simply marketable.
Calling you 10-time world champion Roman Reigns is better than 3-time but held them for 2 years at a time champion Roman Reigns.
When you look
at... It doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well.
Well, you can say the same for the other side of the coin. Look at Bruno Sammartino. They mentioned how long he held that championship. Perhaps
true,
for
but
up to almost a decade.
Yeah, but motherfucker held it for 10 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly right. Longest reigning champion.
How often do they mention Bob Backlund's runs?
They do mention he's had a lengthy run,
but the more and more, the further and further history goes on, the less and less they mention that.
Exactly.
But they always mention Ric Flair's 16 title runs.
Of course,
they always will. So that's always going to be an impressive number. So I think that's why it's just it's more important in terms of your overall kind of legacy. Like it's like the diehards and whatnot.
To be fair, if I booked a wrestler within this year to hold on to a championship 10 times this year, a week at a time, later down the line, would you look at that and say, well, he had 10 championship reigns, so obviously he's a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
10-week-long
because here's the thing is that, again, the farther and farther away you get from that period of time, the less and less people remember or care about the length. So, yeah. And there's going to be some guy who remembers, like, yeah, but they were only like a week apiece. But the majority of people are not going to care. So I think even if they are incredibly short title reigns, yeah, like I said, there'll be some dissension. There'll be some people who are going to criticize you or criticize your career because of that. But the vast majority of people are not going to care and not going to remember. So I think personally, the number of titles won to your overall legacy is more important than how long you held it.
I just think that a lengthy run, not even so much a lengthy run, but a credible run, is one that lends more to the performer and the championship than,
I think you're right in terms of the purist. I think that's true. But
like I said, look back at WCW and the way they did their title reigns toward the end. Is David Arquette going to become a Hall of Famer? What about Jeff?
Yes.
What about
I bet you. I can almost guarantee you that Arquette is going to go in that celebrity wing.
I think so too.
I can almost guarantee your ass.
They're going to capitalize on it at some point. They're going to make a surprise.
He's going in that celebrity wing.
They're going to make him beloved.
He's going to go in that celebrity wing.
They're going to say, "Come on."
You bet your ass he's going in.
You're going to say, "Oh, that was a bad decision. Come on, it's David Arquette."
He's a celebrity. He's a 2-time world champion. You bet your ass he's going to that celebrity wing.
What about Vince Russo?
No, they don't. Well, first of all, they don't do that. They don't really induct writers.
What about?
I know he was an on-screen personality, but no, I don't think Russo.
World champion.
No, that's not true. Maybe Russo goes in.
World champion.
No, yeah, Jesus, I forgot about that.
You forgot about that, and I just mentioned.
I don't think everybody. Well,
Jeff Jarrett.
You said. Oh yeah, Jarrett will go in for sure.
You think Jeff Jarrett will
absolutely.
Win?
He'll have to not be running a competing promotion, but he'll go in for sure.
I can kind of see that.
He'll be a low ballot guy. He'll be like
He's going to be opening like the Godfather.
He'll be like he'll probably be the level of he'll probably be like the level of Stan Hansen, to be honest.
You think they won't even acknowledge him as Jeff Jarrett, but Double J?
No, they'll
the big light up neon hat
and
the little straps on his chest.
He'll go in for sure.
But you know what? Ain't he great?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Change the Questions. Hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to check out all of our other shows. On Mondays, we have Time Warp. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have Changing the Questions. Wednesdays, we have Booking About a Wrestler. On Fridays, we have Let's Play TEW. Also, be sure to head on over to iTunes, where you can now get Changing the Questions, Time Warp, and Booking About a Wrestler all in podcast form, both all of our old episodes and then all of our new episodes going forward. We are going to be releasing on iTunes. We're also going to have a link to all of those podcasts on the website, so you'll be able to download those or just listen to them streaming right through the site if you wish. And now that I mentioned it, be sure to head on over to our website, www.changingtheqs.com, which is changingtheqs.com, where we have all of our shows as well as articles and recaps throughout the whole week. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at changingtheqs, which is at changingtheqs. Like us on Facebook. Head on over to Facebook and search for Changing the Questions. And then if you want to send us a good old-fashioned email, you can do so, changingthequestions@gmail.com. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. For Mike Miner,
M-I-C-H, ha-ha, A-E-L, ha-ha, M-I-N, ha-ha, E-R, ha-ha.
My name is Paul Laporte.
Double M, Michael Miner. Ain't I great?
We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.